today. From SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California, it's Week 7 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Los Angeles Rams taking on the Seattle Seahawks.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, it's an NFC West battle between the Seattle Seahawks and the Los Angeles Rams. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The Seahawks take over first.
So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And they'll be led out by the man running the show, Charles, their quarterback.
I guess we're going to have to nickname him the thrower, aren't we, or something like that.
After last week?
I mean, man, you're talking about over 400 yards throwing the ball. The running backs and everyone else may be looking at him like, hey, don't forget us. And he'd probably just tell him, listen, you want to get involved?
Go out.
Go out and catch some passes. I'll make sure you touch it.
On first down, Fernandez buying time to his left. Going to throw right side here. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Fernandez. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
A loss of 6 yards. It's second down.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. A situation they'll certainly want to avoid going forward. An early 2nd and long they're facing. He's going to loft one. Deep left side here. Got a man. It's caught at the 6-yard line. And finally out of bounds, just a few yards short of the goal line at the 3. Well, how about the passing numbers so far on this first drive?
Oh, no doubt about it. They're flinging it around pretty successfully. And look at the start. The confidence level that we see in him rising because he's hit a few early. And how about the last one? The big shot right there.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. Operating from the gun. Fernandez. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high power, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Back in the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
3-yard line.
Third and goal. This L.A. Rams defense will try to bow up once more. From the gun, Fernandez. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback, because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
The kick is good. makes the score Seahawks 3, Rams 0.
In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
Taking it about the 1. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
Well, he did go 2-2 in the last ball game. Well, actually, he went 2-2-1, with the 1 being the victory.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line there. But wasn't it funny at practice? He threw one when we were watching, threw an interception, and the defense got on him a little bit, good-naturedly. But they're letting him know, you got to cut down those interceptions. We can't bail you out all the time.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. But as you said, they got the win in that effort last week. Fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Steps away. Now he'll pull it down. Throw complete to the tight end, Morgan. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a 1st down.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a 1st down.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Off the play fake. Fernandez out to his left. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. A big play there. Touchdown number 18 on the year. Yeah, the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. That's an early touchdown grab for last week's NFC Offensive Player of the Week. He was so electric, and they talked about it all week long. Have to try to contain him.
And now for him, being able to focus on the task at hand and not just immediately assume that last week it totally carries over, but you got to like the start that he has, showing those great hands that we've seen from him throughout.
It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
So the Rams coming back onto the field, their second drive of the game. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
But you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. And let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense.
Down and sack.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Young. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, when we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. And, you know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, you know, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. So here are the Seahawks ready to take over on offense. Their win streak at 6 coming in and counting as they've got the lead right now beginning this drive 1st and 10. Play action. Fernandez. He's going to fire this thing deep. And this is caught at the 20. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. He got 29 yards that time. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Rolling to his left. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle.
Complete.
A 20-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. Well, he scrambled outside of the pocket, wondered what was going to happen there. He fired a dart. That's what happened.
He certainly did. Scrambled left, looked left, and then left it in the receiver's hands with some dispatch.
In the receiver's hands, in the end zone for the score. He's got it, and it's 17-0. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. This is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
17-0 our score after 1. Coming up on a 2nd and 6. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And the result here the same as the last play. Another tackle behind the line of scrimmage by this Seahawk defense. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And Huff reels it in. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That's a gain of 13, first down Rams.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
Complete to number 89.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They'll try the left side. Stanton. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 7 yards there, the first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
At the 38-yard line.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
10 at the 36-yard line.
On first down. It's Rice, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. Touchdown, LA!
As they began this last drive, things weren't exactly looking up for this offense. But after what they just did, putting the ball in the end zone, that took them away from the brink of possibly being knocked out of this game.
Aldrich Rosas on for the extra point. And it's 17-7. A 10-play drive that time. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles.
Rams 7.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
As Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now.
It's caught inside the 25. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. A one-handed catch, that's one thing, but with a defender right there, that was a heck of a play.
It used to be that one-handed catch was instinctive in a game. Now it's a practiced move. They work on it before, after, during practice sessions. It becomes part of their repertoire, and it pays off.
The throw on the quick slant going to be complete. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Well, there's your leading receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, putting on nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And now the Rams have got it going away. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Recovered by the Rams.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24.
We get ready for 3rd down. Let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on 2nd down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on 3rd and long.
And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Here comes the Rams punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this will be down just on the other side of midfield. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take shape as we look around the NFL here in week number 7. We'll begin out west at Levi Stadium in Santa Clara, and it's the Jets who are out in front in that one. The Jets trying to gut this one out as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. From there, let's get over to the Rockies and check out the Broncos at home in Denver. And this one going the visitors' way as the Texans have the lead in that one. The Texans trying to hold on and claim victory. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And it's the visiting LA Chargers who are out in front. The Chargers trying to finish that one off and claim victory. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Rams set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail here as we resume play. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And they'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. The throw over the middle, taken in. The 40, 20, 10, touchdown. Touchdown now on the year. And the Rams are able to get back within a touchdown.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post-grab?
Yeah, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And that one will bounce offense out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that, because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. Off the bootleg, Fernandez. Now on the run, he'll throw it back. This is caught inside the 15. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for first and goal. Operating from the gun, Fernandez. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be second and goal. Back at the 5-yard line now, second and goal. From the gun, Fernandez to the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. Big play coming here. It's third and goal.
It's third down and goal from the 5.
Operating from the gun, Fernandez. The LA defense up to snuff in coverage there. Pushes this to fourth down.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down.
And the kick for the 41-year-old is up and good. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
L.A. readies for its next possession. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Number 20.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. A good pickup, 17 yards, and also a Rams first down. And he'll give it here to his running back. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
And inches on the Seahawks 43-yard line.
They'll keep it on the ground. Stanton. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Now throwing on first down and completing it. And he's going to take this one for a Rams touchdown.
Talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that in the podcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. They had that lead, looked pretty comfortable in the first half, maybe got a little bit overconfident because that's gone now.
Almost takes us back to being kids, doesn't it? Because I know at some point your dad did the exact same thing mine did. Okay. It's okay to be confident, son, but overconfident, that's not a good thing. And that's maybe what we saw here. They thought they had this thing in hand, had full control, and guess what? They've got to find a way to get back to where they were before.
You think Papa Davis and Papa Garden would get along?
I think they'd get along just fine. And you know something? They'd still be giving us advice.
Absolutely. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Options galore here. Second and a few inches. Back now here on EA Sports. And we've got a dandy here. A one-point game as we begin the fourth. Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Off the bootleg, Fernandez dancing to his left. And this is taken in at the 5. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play that time for the Seahawks. 41 yards. And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on first and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown.
88. Touchdown.
From 4 yards out. And the Seahawks are going to retake the lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game? And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. And, partner, it's safe to say that the secondary really contributed to that sack.
Yeah, nickel set, 5 defensive backs. They covered everything. Nowhere to go with the football. But my question is, why didn't he throw it away?
Now a throw here on second down, and that's complete. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
Brings up third down.
Running back, it's complete. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17.
That's a nice clip and save sequence there defensively because they did everything as they would have wanted to. They forced the third down, blanketed the field with coverage, nowhere to go with the football, forced the dump off to the back, and even then they closed quickly and got him down behind the line of scrimmage. You name it, they did it well in that last sequence.
Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up first and 10 at the 40. Off the play fake, Fernandez. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. Chargene said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've got an answer for it.
And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
On the move to his left. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Steps away. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down. They'll look to throw again. Being chased out left. He may try and run for this. And he'll only get this to about the 35. Well short of the line to gain. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And this one is right down Broadway. And that'll push the lead up to 8.
The score, Seahawks 29, Rams 21.
Now, from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away.
And this will make it into the end zone. And it will come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm. A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Back to throw. It's a Rams first down and a pickup of 10. There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly. The throw's made. Where's the catch? Got to catch him, that's time.
And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. And that will be incomplete. The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions. And that means the guys going out for passes, they're really even harder because they expect it as well.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So now let's reset here, Charles. They do have 2 timeouts left, so they can stop the clock twice. This one's not quite over yet.
No, what you're doing on defense, you're going to use both timeouts, obviously. But you've got to call defenses are going to force the issue early, meaning you want that play over fast. You don't want to give them time to dance around in the backfield or run a wide sweep that'll take off time. Blitz them, put pressure on them, make sure that play ends quickly so that you can go ahead and keep moving.
He's going to take off with it. Oh, a nice spin. The Rams going to be forced to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. Off play action. Fernandez. He's going to let this is caught inside the 15. And he's going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one riffs, the other's right there to pick them up, and they are shredding them in this ball game.
So the victory here for Seattle, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Seahawks, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to New England to take on the Patriots. Meanwhile, for the Rams, the loss drops them back to 4-3 so far. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to